Stop using your MacBook Neo without the upgrades it secretly needs. Today I'm welcoming you to my channel where we reveal top 8 best accessories for MacBook Neo in 2026, fire emoji, must-have gadgets you can't miss, and show real value. Feel the difference and grab links in description below now today. Please like and subscribe my YouTube channel. Omaton VL04 360 degrees laptop stand. Most desk setups don't fail because of bad laptops, they fail because of clutter that slowly drains your focus every single day. That's the feeling the Omaton VL04 fixes almost immediately. At first glance, it looks simple. An aluminum vertical stand with dual slots and a rotating base. But after a few days, you realize it changes how your workspace feels. Here's the real problem. MacBook users often stack devices awkwardly beside monitors, leaving cables tangled and tablets buried under notebooks. The setup looks expensive, yet chaotic. The VL04 brings order without demanding extra space. The 360 degrees rotating base sounds like a small feature until you start switching between your MacBook Neo, iPad, and keyboard constantly. One smooth turn. Everything becomes easier to access. That's why it naturally fits conversations around top 10 best accessories for MacBook Neo in 2026, fire emoji, must-have gadgets you can't miss. Not flashy. Actually useful. Another standout detail? The side knob adjustment. No tiny screws rolling under the desk. No hunting for tools. You tighten or loosen the width in seconds, which feels refreshingly practical compared to older adjustable stands. Still, there are trade-offs. If you prefer ultralight plastic accessories, this aluminum build feels heavier. And compared to the 12 South Book Arc, the Omaton takes a more utility-focused approach instead of a minimalist luxury aesthetic. Who should buy it? Remote workers, students, creators with crowded desks, anyone juggling multiple Apple devices daily. Some accessories decorate a workspace. This one quietly repairs it. USB-C adapter, 2-pack, PD 240 watts. Most people blame their charging cable when the real problem is the angle. That tiny bend near the connector? It slowly destroys cables, weakens charging stability, and turns expensive setups into daily frustration. That's exactly why this USB-C adapter 2-pack feels surprisingly important. Here's what stands out immediately. The 90-degree design changes how your devices sit while charging. Your phone stays comfortable in hand. Your MacBook setup looks cleaner. And your gaming or editing desk suddenly feels less cluttered. Small accessory. Big difference. Now add the PD 240 watts support. That's serious power handling for modern laptops, tablets, and high-performance devices. If you're exploring the top 10 best accessories for MacBook Neo in 2026, fire emoji, must-have gadgets you can't miss, this type of adapter naturally fits into that ecosystem because it solves a problem people notice every single day but rarely fix properly. The rotating 180 and 360 degree flexibility also helps in tight workspaces. Coffee shops, flights, couch setups. No awkward cable pressure anymore. But there's an honest downside. If you use extra thick rugged cables, the fit can feel slightly tighter than expected. And compared to magnetic USB-C adapters, this option focuses more on durability than quick detach convenience. Still, for creators, students, travelers, and anyone protecting premium devices, it makes practical sense. It's the kind of accessory people ignore until they finally use one, then suddenly every straight cable setup starts feeling outdated and unnecessarily annoying. Nulixi Telescopic 360 Rotating Laptop. Most people blame their laptop for neck pain when the real problem is sitting right underneath it. That's exactly why the Nulixi Telescopic 360 Rotating Laptop Stand feels surprisingly important after a few days of use. Not flashy. Not overloaded with gimmicks. Just smarter than the average desk setup. Here's the issue many MacBook Neo users face. Long editing sessions. Endless meetings. Awkward screen angles. Your shoulders tighten slowly, and productivity drops without you noticing. This stand changes that rhythm immediately. The adjustable height system lets you raise the laptop to eye level in seconds. No stacking books. No unstable DIY fixes. And the 360-degree swivel becomes more useful than expected, especially during collaborative work or dual monitor setups. Now connect that to the growing world of top 10 best accessories for MacBook Neo in 2026. Fire emoji. Must-have gadgets you can't miss. People want accessories that improve daily workflow, not just decorate a desk. This one actually earns its space. Another strong point? Stability. Even larger 16-inch and 17-inch laptops stay secure without wobbling. The pull-out design also keeps the desk cleaner and more flexible for compact workspaces. Still, there are trade-offs. It's heavier than ultra-minimal aluminum stands like the MOF Z. Not ideal if portability is your top priority. But for creators, remote workers, students, and anyone spending hours behind a screen, the comfort difference becomes obvious fast. Some accessories disappear into the background after a week. This one quietly changes how your entire workspace feels every single morning. Mosiso 360 Protective Laptop Sleeve. A single accidental drop can destroy a laptop worth months of savings, and most people only realize it after it's too late. That fear is exactly where the Mosiso 360 Protective Laptop Shoulder Bag steps in, changing how you carry your 17 to 17.3-inch machine. Instead of juggling fragile sleeves or oversized backpacks, this side-open messenger design gives direct access without exposing your device to chaos. 4 zipper pockets quietly handle chargers, drives, and small essentials, removing the usual cable mess frustration. Compared with basic neoprene sleeves, it adds structure and shock protection that feels noticeably more reliable during travel or daily commuting. Still, it is slightly bulkier, so minimalists might prefer slimmer options when carrying only light gear. For students, engineers, and frequent travelers who value layered safety, this bag naturally fits into the top 10 best accessories for MacBook Neo in 2026. Fire emoji. Must-have gadgets you can't miss. Ecosystem without feeling forced. What makes it stand out is not luxury branding, but the calm assurance it brings when you're rushing between classes, airports, or client meetings. It absorbs impact, keeps accessories organized, and reduces the mental clutter of "did I pack everything?" moments that often ruin travel days. If you're moving through a demanding routine with a MacBook, this bag becomes less of an accessory and more of a daily safeguard that quietly earns its place. Unlike cheaper alternatives that wear out quickly, it stays dependable over time, making every commute feel lighter, more controlled, and unexpectedly organized from start to finish without adding unnecessary weight or stress in real-world daily use every day. Synerlogic, 10 pieces, shortcut sticker. A single glance at most PC desks reveals a hidden truth: even experienced users forget half of Windows shortcuts in real time. That frustration is exactly where Synerlogic, 10 pieces, Windows PC reference keyboard shortcut sticker steps in, turning confusion into instant clarity. Instead of digging through Google or breaking flow, you simply glance at your keyboard and continue working like a pro. While it targets Windows users, it also fits perfectly into the ecosystem of top 10 best accessories for MacBook Neo in 2026. Fire emoji. Must-have gadgets you can't miss. In real-world usage, most people waste minutes repeating actions that could be done instantly with keyboard shortcuts. This laminated vinyl sticker wins on durability, easy installation, and quick reference, especially for students and office workers. Compared to digital cheat sheets or app-based guides, it offers no distraction and always visible support. Beginners, remote workers, and fast-paced editors benefit the most, while advanced users may find it less essential but still useful. There is a quiet relief in not needing to pause workflow for simple commands, especially during tight deadlines. Unlike bulkier printed manuals, this minimal set keeps your workspace clean while still being effective. If you often switch between tasks, this small desk upgrade quietly eliminates friction that most users accept as normal. It does not look flashy, but its impact shows up in saved minutes and smoother focus throughout the day. For anyone building a productive setup, this accessory complements modern workflows without overcomplication, making it a silent assistant on your keyboard. Clarity on your keys changes everything you do daily instantly. Joyroom 5-in-1 USB-C charging. Most people underestimate how many charging problems silently slow down a MacBook setup every single day. Then the desk turns into tangled cables, lost adapters, and constant battery anxiety. That is exactly where the Joyroom 5-in-1 USB-C charging station changes the entire rhythm. With 140 watts ultra-fast output and dual retractable 100 watts USB-C cables, it feels like a power hub built for real life. The 1.54-inch smart LCD display quietly shows energy flow, removing guesswork completely. Before this, many users juggle multiple chargers for MacBook, iPhone, and accessories, wasting time and patience. Now everything sits on one compact station that reduces clutter and travel stress instantly. It fits perfectly into setups featured in Top 10 Best Accessories for MacBook Neo in 2026. Fire emoji. Must-have gadgets you can't miss. Without feeling forced or overhyped. Compared to a standard 65 watts wall charger, this station delivers faster multi-device balance and far less overheating risk. Unlike basic hubs, it replaces clutter instead of adding more cables to your life. Still, it is not pocket-sized, so frequent travelers may find it slightly bulky in tight bags. But for home offices, creators, students, and professionals, it becomes a silent productivity anchor. If you already explored Top 10 Best Accessories for MacBook Neo in 2026, fire emoji, must-have gadgets you can't miss, this charger naturally fits into that ecosystem as a core utility piece. Buy it when you want fewer interruptions and more control over your workspace energy flow. Once it sits on your desk, the entire charging routine feels simpler, cleaner, and unexpectedly more effortless every single day forward. Laptop screen extender, 15.6 inches Ultra. Some laptop users don't realize they're losing nearly half their productivity until they experience a true multiscreen setup on the go. That shift becomes instantly visible with the 15.6-inch ultra-light triple laptop screen extender. Before this kind of setup, juggling tabs on a single display feels like chasing falling papers in wind, especially for developers, analysts, and remote workers. This extender changes that rhythm entirely. Plug and play USB-C or HDMI instantly expands your workspace into 3 crisp 1080p Full HD IPS panels. It fits 13 to 17-inch laptops and stays ultra-thin enough to slip into a backpack. Unlike bulky docking stations, it travels like a lightweight notebook page yet behaves like a full desktop setup without constant desk dependency. Frustration reduced. Its biggest advantage is flexibility. Creators can edit video, traders can monitor charts, and students can research simultaneously. Downsides include reduced brightness outdoors and slight cable management clutter compared to using an iPad as second screen. This extender offers better stability and no latency lag, though it lacks touch interaction, which some users may miss during workflow and fast pacing. This is ideal for professionals who refuse to be tied to a single screen, especially MacBook Neo users building a mobile workstation. It pairs naturally with other Top 10 Best Accessories for MacBook Neo in 2026. Fire emoji, must-have gadgets you can't miss. Ecosystem tools like compact hubs, ergonomic stands, and travel SSDs. If your workflow demands multitasking on the move, this upgrade feels less like luxury and more like necessity. Returning to one screen afterward feels surprisingly restrictive in real work. Lacto 360 degrees protective laptop. Most people realize too late that a single fall can end a laptop's working life in seconds. That silent risk is exactly what the Lacto 360 degrees protective laptop shoulder bag was built to eliminate. Carrying a 15 to 15.6-inch laptop without proper cushioning often leads to scratches, stress cracks, and unnecessary anxiety during travel. This bag steps in as a practical shield for Acer, HP Pavilion, Dell Inspiron, Lenovo IdeaPad, and Asus ZenBook users who move constantly. Inside, the padded 360 degrees protection feels like a quiet insurance policy for your device, especially during crowded commutes or airport rushes. Compared to slim basic sleeves, Lacto adds structure, storage pockets, and better shock resistance without turning bulky or heavy. Still, it is not perfect. It lacks ultra-premium aesthetics found in high-end leather alternatives, but it wins in everyday reliability. For students, travelers, and remote workers, this bag becomes a dependable companion that quietly protects valuable tech gear. When compared to MacBook-focused accessories, it still fits naturally into setups highlighted in Top 10 Best Accessories for MacBook Neo in 2026. Fire emoji, must-have gadgets you can't miss, especially for cross-device users. It bridges the gap between affordability and protection, making it ideal for people who value function over flashy branding. Instead of treating your laptop like fragile glass, this sleeve lets you move freely through daily chaos, knowing your device has a strong buffer against impact. If your setup includes modern tech essentials inspired by evolving MacBook Neo accessory trends, this bag quietly supports that entire ecosystem without demanding attention. A subtle everyday protective upgrade,